to me, it's something that resonates really true, and it's just coming from a real place, and
right.
so and then I thought about it. I'm like, well, actually, the letters of the word came from something real, authentic, and wise, and then I think about, I would like to produce and be involved with work that is in some level spiritual, and that can teach us to reflect about our own lives and what we go through, and I like to be involved with work that is meaningful. Hopefully that's something I can do more and more in my my career. So yeah, that's how I came up with the name, and that's I decided to establish that as my company, and hopefully get to do more and more using that as the vehicle for that. And I'm such a baby in terms of the world of producing, and I'm in so many things. I'm so new to it, but I definitely have an appetite for learning, and I just I start visualizing, and and I believe that everything is coming. And I'm meeting the right people that will help me collaborate with me and help those things come into fruition.
Oh, definitely. I can tell that you like learning and starting new things, and just by everything that you do and everything that you've done. So that's great. I always say kudos to you. Keep it going.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Now, you are also an executive producer for Petunia and starred alongside Brittany Snow, Thora Birch, and Academy Globe and Emmy-winning Christine Lahti.
I know, it's amazing. Yeah, I know that was a treat. That was a real treat, and I got to film in New York City, which is a place I hold dear to my heart, where I lived as well. And the cast. I mean, needless to say, is just a great cast. And so I got involved with it. I knew one of the actors I was doing acting class with, and he told me about it, and he introduced me to producers, and then we got, they got me a role in the film, and then we became closer, and I expressed my desire to be involved more and more in producing, and this seemed like a great opportunity to start, to be attached to this film in a different way, even other than just acting. So, to have that on my resume is just a great thing. This is it's a great film. It's a great story about a dysfunctional offbeat family of New Yorkers discovering things about their lives and their relationships and their sexuality, and they're all on the verge of a nervous breakdown. So it's very interesting.
Oh my God!
Each one of them has a very interesting story to tell. So it's quite a rich text. So it's really nice, a nice story.
Now, it also has Michael Urie in there and David, but I don't know how to say his last name. Is it Rush?
Rashi, I believe. I'm pretty sure it was Rashi. I hope I'm not misquoting or saying the wrong thing, but as far as I remember, I think it was Rashi. It was amazing.
I mean, I know who he is, and I know his face, and I know things he's been in, but I never heard his name said out loud. And it's always hard when you do a show like this to pronounce somebody's name if you don't talk to him ahead of time and you don't want to butcher it,
Of course, yeah. No, he's incredible. I mean, I also grew up watching his work, and it just he does a brilliant job on screen always. So it was amazing to be involved in the same project as him and Christine Lahti, and they played, they're those psychoanalysts in the film, and they're struggling with their own ideas about their visions of what a relationship and what their sex life should be like and all of that. And so it's quite interesting how they deal with everything that is coming, in their lives at that moment in time. With all they have 3 children who are all going through something special as well.
Sounds like my family.
Every family is a little dysfunctional.
I know, right?
Yes.
Now, how did you, I always wanted to know this, when you produce a movie and you're in it, how do you handle both roles like that?
I don't know. How do you handle? I'm not sure. I mean, it's the first film that I've been involved in, being involved in these 2 ways. So it's luckily for me, I had a lot of other people who have been doing it for a while. Oh, a lot of really young producers. Young just as an age, but who have been doing this for a while, and it was just really interesting to get to see how they work, and hopefully, we can work together again. And I like to be just around, what they do, just to learn more from it. It was so fast that I first focused on my acting because that was what I kind of had to deal with first. It wasn't a very long shoot. We were there from late January to mid-February, so it was actually quite fast. Mm-hmm. And then everything, it just kind of I kind of was guided by the people who knew a little bit more than I didn't do. So yeah, I'm lucky to have guidance and to surround myself. I always say surround yourself with people who know more than you do, because everyone needs help, and if you want to be successful, you need to know to ask for help. So
exactly. It's not going to be handed to you on a silver platter, is what I tell my children.
Exactly, yeah. No, you got to be humble. You got to know that, you know what, I don't know so much about this, and I want to know more.
Right.
If you can share with me any of your wisdom, then I'd be very grateful. So.
Exactly. Now, you had the premiere for Petunia already. Did you? What was the reactions of the audience?
I only went to the first one, which was in San Francisco at the Frame Line, and the reaction was amazing. Like, everyone seemed to be reacting very, very positively to all of the jokes and all of the things, and it was really quite interesting to be there and watching them react. And I heard that the other screenings have been great as well, and I'm looking forward to having it come out theatrically so that it can reach a bigger audience and see how they react to it. But from what I've seen and heard so far, people enjoyed it, and it's quite a fun story about each and every one of them. So yeah.
Well, is it going to be available for us, like in Chicago, to see at any certain point? Do you know?
I believe it would be. I'm waiting for a few more updates, but as far as I know, it will be. I believe Chicago would be reached. I mean, I'm sure New York for sure. I mean, being a New York film, definitely
you
there.
You just can't
in LA.
forget us in the middle, though.
Yeah, I know. I wish I had more information right now. I'm like they're getting more information right now, gathering everything, and I think it will be national. But so hopefully, fingers crossed, it will reach out everywhere. It should. I hope it does, because it's a fun one. So.
Oh, it sounds like it.
Hopefully.
It's definitely my type of movie.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, there was an article I read that said you brought beauty and brains to Petunia, and that's a huge compliment, considering some only get recognized for one or the other.
Oh, yes. Well, I'm hoping to keep it balanced.
Right.
I try.
I think you've done it. That's for sure. Yeah. Are you working on anything currently?
Well, I have a couple of scripts that I'm reading right now, and there's hopes for work again with the producers of Petunia. They're producing quite a few interesting things, so I think we should collaborate again in the near future. And then there's another script that I'm reading that hopefully will get the green light soon. But with film, we never know what the schedule is going to be like, so it's kind of like that. And in the meantime, I'm doing a short film and working on my rope act, and I do want to write some. I have some ideas for to put in development. So I really want to work on that also.
Yeah, that's the only thing left that you haven't done is the writing.
Yeah, I always loved writing, but of course, writing scripts is a completely different thing that, again, I completely acknowledge. I'm the first to admit that I have not done, and I don't know everything or anything almost there is to know about it. But again, you just need to find the right people to guide you and help you with that. But I have some ideas that I think would translate really well on screen, so hopefully I can put it into words first, and then and get all the collaborators to help it come to life.
Right.
Wow, that sounds amazing. I'm looking forward to seeing what you put out there in the future. I'm looking forward to Petunia as well, and hopefully it shows up here in Atlanta. So what has been your favorite role to play to date?
Oh, well, favorite role to play today. Again, I'm very new, but very new talent and all of that. But I did love working on Petunia just for the fact of being surrounded by these great people, and so that was really amazing. I've worked on stage a lot, and so we're talking about Shakespeare, and any Shakespeare I've done has been just so much fun doing Puck and obviously it's that's kind of could be more of an acrobatic role. So for me, it's always fun to be doing something physical so and speaking of that, that would be a dream role for me, to do something that would bring my acrobatic skills into the screen or even the stage.
Well, you've already answered my next question. You must have read my mind.
Sorry,
I was going to ask you,
getting ahead of myself.
Yeah, that's fine. That's actually a great answer, and I would love to see that too. That would be fantastic.
Yeah. It would be fun. It's all about having a good time and hopefully creating great rules that will be inspiring in some way. And I think and using the best of your abilities, bringing them to your roles. So hopefully that will be a role created, or I will create it myself.
Right.
And that will that will showcase that and hopefully be fun for everyone.
Well, I was going to see if you had a hidden talent, and what is it?
Hidden talent. Oh my goodness. I should ask someone if they know. I mean, I don't know. I try to be an open book.
I was going to say that if you ask somebody, that's not hidden.
Yeah, I mean, I guess hidden talent. I'm not sure. I mean, I'm a yoga person. I'm obviously, like I said, I meditate, so I have been certified to be a yoga teacher, so I don't know if that would be a talent. What else do I do? I don't know. Maybe it's still hidden to me. Maybe I need to find it out. I'm discovering. I'm peeling off the layers,
Yeah.
Right. Okay. How about if if Branca today could meet 16-year-old Branca, what advice would you give her?
At 16, what was I doing? I mean, always just to trust that the universe knows when things have to come your way and what they are, and to never don't take things always as bad things, or this is really bad what happened to me, or this is really good what happened to me, because you shouldn't judge what happens to you and go from there. You should just trust it and take things as they come and do your best and always work hard, but have a positive attitude and just keep doing what you love always, regardless of what people say, whether it's going to be hard. People will always tell you that something's going to be really hard to get, and people would tell me that I needed to be famous in my country before I came to Hollywood because there's no way I could come and work here. And I said, well, I don't want to be famous in my country before I come to Hollywood. I feel like I'll be wasting my time if I'm doing something I'm not loving doing.
Right.
For me, I always felt like I kind of belonged more here and that I could understand maybe how it worked here better. God knows why. I guess, you can call it intuition. But I guess just follow that intuition and follow your heart and follow what you love to do. And as long as you do something you love and you do it well and you bring joy to people, then you're on the right path.
That's great advice. I would definitely say, spread that out to if you get to any acting schools or regular schools where the kids are taking theater, that would be wonderful to let them know that this is what they should do. Because I don't think they hear it enough from other than their parents,
Yeah, I know there's so much judgment and so much criticism, and then, it's already an industry for actors. There's so much insecurity out there. So you're going to be rejected all the time. And so you have to know that, not to take things personally and just to trust that if you keep doing what you love and you just keep going after it and doing it well and just trust in yourself and in your ability and in your passion and surround yourself with people who are positive and that help you, grow in a good way and that don't make you feel bad. So
that is great. That is definitely great advice. And I just saw something on Facebook today putting that right out there too, because I've definitely needed it myself. So that is definitely great advice. So if there was a movie made of your life, who would you want to play you?
Oh my gosh, I don't know. I mean, well, right now I feel like I look like myself. I could play that, but you don't do that. You don't have yourself play yourself. I don't know. I guess I have to grow a little older and see who else is going to be. Oh my gosh. I mean, it's hard to say because most of the actors are a little older than me. I mean, younger. I don't know who can be
this would be in the future.
Who I am. Sorry?
This could be the future you.